What's up, everyone? Octoberz here with my co-host Melly, and we're in season 2 of the Heartful Truth, and this is episode 2. We're on the road today. We have a really dope special guest. He's from San Diego, like we are. We've been wanting to have him on. He's a DJ, producer, creative in his own right as well. So without further ado, we'll bring him on the screen, and he is DJ Root. What's up, DJ?
Hey, what's going on? Happy to be here. Yeah, I'm like always fun to do something like this. Haven't done an interview in a bit, podcast, and I'm really excited. Yeah, like I said, they already told you everything. I'm DJ Root. You know, man, the fresh. Oh my God, the fresh state. Like my brain. Like, see, I'm off an energy drink also. So yeah, you know, fresh state. Cali the Dreamers DJ. The Dre Cats DJ. San Diego's DJ at this point. So, hey, yeah, happy to be here. Thank you guys.
Thank you for being here. And pass it on to Melly.
Alrighty, to start the conversation, can you tell us a little bit about how your upbringing was like?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I am, like I said, I am originally from Detroit, Michigan, the 313. I reside here now. I'm the oldest of 5. My background is like I said, it's a little all over the place. Growing up, I have a single mother who raised 5 of us, so I was pretty much the second parent in my family. So when my mom was at work, I was taking care of the other children in my family. I've always been that guy. I was an adult when I was like 5. Made sure they got the kids ready for school, took care of them, learned how to cook. Also, like I said, I had to be a leader. I had cousins and things like that. But I also was, I don't know, like I said, just had to grow up fast.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of things, like especially in the 90s in Detroit. I had to be a lot older than I needed to be. But I always tell people this to preface this conversation, wouldn't change anything. Yeah. Like I said, we were a type of family who was on like food stamps back when food stamps were paper and not on a card. Yeah, like I said, very, very poor family, but my mother was like a high school dropout, had kids early. Like I said, it rough upbringing, but I had a lot of cousins. Like we all lived in like vicinity of each other. Moved out to San Diego, California, I want to say when I was about 15, the last few years of my high school. That's when, like I said, I'm giving you guys a kind of abridged version right now.
Yeah.
I moved out here when I was like 15, 14. My mom she's addicted to drugs. So me and my siblings all went into the foster care system.
Yeah.
So for like a good few years, for a big chunk of my life, I spent a lot of time in the foster care system. Still learning how to take care of my brothers and sisters, trying to keep us together, going through group homes, to even one point we found a foster home to take 3 of us. They couldn't take all 5 of us. They split 2 of us up, which were my younger twin siblings. So, like I said, there's 5 of us. It's me, my brothers, my brothers Ryan, Marquise. Then the last 2 are Jayla and Justin. So me, Marquise, and Ryan went to one home out in Skyline, Southeast San Diego, and I started high school at Morris, but the foster parents couldn't take all 5 of us. So 2 of my siblings went to North Carolina.
Oh, wow.
So the foster family that I was with, for lack of a better term, they fucking sucked.
Yeah.
They were abusive, things like that.
Wow.
Things like that. So I remember getting kicked out not even kicked out. I was kicked out. Kicked out in I want to say my sophomore year of high school. And I was homeless for like a whole year.
Oh, wow.
And homeless during that whole year, and I lived in Mission Beach. For anybody who knows, I would live there but still go to school. Like I would take the bus, but I would shower at the you guys, we're from San Diego, and Mission Beach, there are showers there, so I would have a bag of stuff that I would either buy or have to like steal to keep myself clean, so I could like still go to school and nobody would know what's up. And we still go to school, because I will always taught, even from a young age, before my grandmother, one of my grandmothers passed, education's always been big in our family. So I was like, oh shit, well, I'm homeless, whatever. I'm still gonna go to school, because that's the thing that's supposed to keep me out of trouble. Still went to school. After a year of like being homeless, I think I finally broke down and told one of my best friend's parents what was going on. Because the foster mother that we had would lie to the social worker, and she would like tell people I was there. If you know anything about like just the foster care system and social workers, those people are overworked, so they don't have time to go check on every child. So yes, they believed I was still there when I wasn't. I had been on Mission Beach for a year, and once again, shout out to Mission Beach, because some of my best friends were older homeless gentlemen who like took care of me and looked out for me and taught me how to survive. So like I was still going to school, like a year of doing that, and I get into my junior year of high school. One of my friends is like, hey, you want to come stay the night? And I was like, sure. And his parents like kept realizing, it's like, yo, he comes over here a lot. Like, oh, everything okay? And like, and so I finally broke down and told them, which is like, I think I don't, like I said, I've told this story like multiple times. So the foster mother found out I was living over there. She came over with the cops and tried to get my friend's parents arrested. So I had to go back with her, and then she kicked me out again. So she stopped a good thing from happening just because she was like upset that I wasn't like, that someone was actually looking out for me. Then my grandfather finally learned of it, so I changed high school. So, and then I'm also like, I'm doing this super quickly. I'm sorry, guys, but like there's a lot of good things. Yeah, there's a lot of good things that happen in between all of this bad things. It's always like good things in the darkness. Like I met my best friends, like who would look out for me. They like said I was always over their house. Like I credited them to like everything that like even to the person I am today. I'm still friends with these gentlemen and with their parents and everything. So like we were just catching up recently, and they were just telling me, it's like, yo, it's crazy to see like where you're at now from where. Shout out
to those parents.
Yeah. Shout out to you know what, it's Justin and Danny. Like I always talk about them, but I've never said their names. Like Justin and Danny were like my best friends. Even to this day, they still are. But yeah, their parents would like take care of me. They took me in like on the weekends. Like I said, they didn't notice, but I would come over there and do laundry and like just bring a bunch of shit over there and like just like, yo, I know he's a big dude, but he sure is hungry. It's like, yeah, I was surviving off like 7-Eleven food for like most of the time. So yeah, like they found out, they got in contact with my grandfather. My grandfather took me back in, like, and I started living with him. And then I started school at Valhalla, which is here's the fun part of the school. I did not want to like leave Morris because my best friends were there, and I was going to Valhalla. If you don't know, like I now moved from like Skyline to Rancho San Diego, which is like a little different like community and culture. So I go over to this school to the point I didn't want to be away from my friends so bad, the friends that looked out for me for like the years before that I almost failed high school because I would skip my last 3 periods every Friday and go back to Morris to hang out with them. And I think at the end of like my junior year, they were like, yo, you have 75 absences in your last classes. What the hell are you doing? I'm like, oh, to the point I've never failed a class like until my junior year of high school. Like never. But I was like,
how would you, just curious to know how, because you know you get homework and you were going through all that. How would you handle that?
Oh, like I said, I was like a studious child. Like I had I went to a private like middle school for a bit because my grades were good in elementary. And then so when I went to high school, and even during that time when I was homeless, believe it or not, there was people who would see me. I would go to the tables at the Mission Beach bonfires and have like a little light, and I would just be doing my homework. So it was like, it's crazy. Like I said, and then sometimes there was just, I was a high school kid. Sometimes I just copied off my friend's homework too. Like sometimes I just like, yo, I don't want to do homework. I'm out here sleeping. Like that's why I always joke. I don't like camping. And I'm like, dude, I camped for a whole year of my life. I'm cool on camping, like for real. So yeah. And other than that, yeah, man. It's like I just kept going to high school, kept doing stuff. Like I said, my family is like, we're different. Like, oh man, it's crazy. We, like I said, when I told my grandfather in a few years, he's like, I didn't even know you were homeless for a year. I was like, yeah, man, I was. If you're seeing this on camera, it's not because I'm crying. I had got something in my eye. I know that's what people say all the time.
It's okay. It's a heartful truth. You might cry here.
Yeah. So yeah, like even like now, I tell my grandfather about like everything that happened in that time, and he was like, "How come you didn't ask for help?" I was like, "Because growing up, we were taught I was the man of the house. I wasn't allowed to ask for help. Yeah. I was supposed to be the tough guy, not showing emotions. Even with me, like I was diagnosed with like major depression disorder, like when I was a teenager. So like, and for me, like especially being a black man in America, and like just us being minorities, we know how stifled mental health is.
Yeah, especially back then.
Oh, especially back then.
Yeah.
So like, I was like, oh, they said I'm depressed. I was like, okay, I'm black in America. What black person in America isn't depressed? And that was like I said, and growing up with my family, things like that, we never talked about that. So even like when I started therapy at a young age, I was like, oh yeah, this shit is stupid. Which is like now, if you talk to me, I suggest everybody, like, if you got something, get therapy or find you a good group of friends to talk to. Yeah. Because, it helped me a lot. But, yeah, other than that, like I said, there was, in the ups and downs, like I said, from, like, being homeless to, like, having to even fight someone, like, the foster moms, like, friends because they were, like, abusive or they were trying to pick on my brothers or, like, just, like I said, and like I said, I tried like not to harp on things like that, but I wouldn't have even changed all of that what happened to me. And like I said, that's the super abridged version because I know there's a lot of topics I do want to talk to you guys about it today, and I know you guys have questions. So that's the Spark Notes, Cliff Notes version of that story.
Yeah, no, thank you for sharing and like being vulnerable, like because a lot of people don't really like talking about that, especially like the foster care system. Like that's like a whole, a whole different topic. But we did want to like this episode. We kind of want to talk about like perseverance, and that's like a perfect example right there of like coming from somewhere like that difficult and tough to like where you're at now, which like obviously like you look back and you gotta say like, damn, I survived all that. Like for you, like what, like you said, you wouldn't change anything, but coming from like a foster home and all that stuff that you dealt with like so young, like so you had to grow up so quickly.
Yes.
Like what do you how do you think that shaped how you are today?
Truthfully, I think it made me like a better person. I'm very adaptable, go with the flow type of person now. Yeah. Like, and I credit that to like, even like I said, from being like, oh shit, I'm homeless now. What do I do? To having to just figure it out myself without help. Yeah. So even though as the man I am now today, I'm very like go with the flow. I try to adapt to every situation. I like I said, like we all still get stressed out. So even when I do something, like I said, I think about it a lot. Like what am I gonna do? Should I get freaked out about this? Like that's like I said, I credit like everything I learned, even from like survival, even to like now being vulnerable. Because like I said, even as a kid, I was like, Grandpa always taught me, no, don't ask for help. Just you gotta stick it out, which is horrible advice. Like I said, I love him. Me and him have like got through our differences and everything. But now I'm like, even like I still catch myself. It's like, yo, I gotta do this by myself. I don't ask for help. So even when I'm part of teams, like for a bit, I didn't know how to rely on other people. But now growing up and realizing it's like, oh wait, I relied on the homeless people at the park to help me. I relied on my best friends to help me. I relied on people. like it's okay to ask for help. And like I said, even like today, even I still get stressed. I still have like depressive episodes, still struggle with like suicidal thoughts. But the one thing I learned is like talk to someone, speak with people. Yes. It's okay to show what I thought was like weakness by talking about my emotions and feelings. It's okay to talk about that. Like I said, don't get me wrong. It's still weird to me sometimes. Like I said, I'm still learning, and that's the one thing. But I credit it to like even how I am, even how open-minded I am too, to how all that like I said, especially like with the homeless situation. And people sometimes look at homeless people with like such like contempt and like just disgust. And they're just people too. Exactly. A lot of those people are struggling with mental health. Like how I see the world is like, I went through so much bad shit in my life, in my childhood. If I really let that defeat me, I could just be an asshole of a person. And I refuse to be an asshole of a person. And even like that stuff I'm talking about, I don't like. One of the things I promise to myself, no matter how bad of a mood I'm in, I'm never going to go out into the world and try to make somebody's days worse. Like I don't understand that. Even if I'm in a bad mood, I'm going to go out with a smile on my face because I never know what someone's going through. And I want to make their day better, even if it's just saying hi, greeting them, acknowledging them. Like it's sometimes just that simple. Sometimes you just need to flash a smile to someone, not be mad. I don't like I said, I don't like being an angry person. Don't trust me. I get angry too. Like I do, but I'm not gonna like go take it out on someone else ever. Yeah. But I credit it all to that, like my philosophy, or even just being like. Not like I said, I don't care like about being like people always like, oh yeah, Root, you're so nice. Man, you're always in a good mood. Truthfully, I'm not. But like I said, I never know what else someone else is going through, and I always want to make sure I go out there with the like energy to like, because it's about the energy you like put out into the world.
That's true. Yeah.
So like positive like thoughts bring positive results, I think.
Yes. Yeah. And then who would you say who has inspired you throughout your journey so far in life?
Ooh. I know when you guys walked up today, my mentor, DJ Artistic. Like if you know DJ Artistic in the San Diego hip hop community, he's like one of the most, like nobody has a bad thing to say about him at all, like ever. He's so positive and always well-meaning, always looking out for others. Like you could probably build like a museum to this man for how many people he's helped in San Diego, like and like put on and done stuff for, like even to my bro Rick Scales. Shout out to him. Like he's over the years become like one of my best friends, my brother. Like it's somebody I could talk to, like even when I'm having like the shittiest days. And those are people I look up to. This podcast could literally be like everyone I looked up to. Yeah. Like I mean, even shout out to my brothers Dre, Cat, and Cali. Like they're some of the people I can confide in when I'm having a bad day. And they even know it's like, hey man, I'll sometimes like, yeah, I'm gonna fall back for a little bit. I need to recharge my battery. Like I'm just having like one of them days. Like, and those are guys I look up to because they're understanding. They're always doing like good things for others. Just shout out to them. Like I said, and like I have so many peers. Like I literally could just like list them off because even like a few years ago when I met Noah James. Noah James is one of those people. Shout out to Noah, my twin. Like, not just like people always mistake us, but no, it's literally his way of thinking and our upbringings are so similar. Yeah. Like, and I'm like, yo, he thinks just like me. I thought this was just a me type of thing, but he's gone through a lot of the similar stuff that I've seen and I've experienced. So like Noah, like Cross One, just so many people who taught me like, yo, we're hard on you, but we want you to do good. And they also, a lot of these people gave me the tools to like be better. From like I said, the Platform Collection, like Kill C-Ray, like fucking, like I said, there's so many people. Kali, like I said, look, I didn't name everybody. Shout out Earl. Earl is Earl is one of my best friends. If you see Earl, he's always like, he looks really stoic and mean, but he's also one of my biggest supporters and someone I actually look up to. Like, people think I'm the hardest working DJ in like San Diego or whatever. Nah, not even. Earl is just the hardest working person I know. Like, Earl is known also for roasting people, but Earl works harder than me. He's smarter than me, and he's someone I look up to. But yeah, he's one of the guys who's always in the DJ Root corner, and I always even tell people, I'm not just DJ Root because I'm DJ Root. I'm DJ Root because of all the people who've helped me throughout my life and built me up. Like, DJ Root is like, when they say I'm a man of the people, I'm literally a man of the people, because I wouldn't be here without all my mentors and people I looked up to who built me up and continuously was like, yo, man, you got this. Like, don't worry. So, yeah, there's a lot of people. Yeah.
That's dope. And then, like, kind of to bring it back to, like, perseverance, like, I kind of wanted to ask, like, for you, what does perseverance mean to you, and how do you apply it in your life? I know you spoke a little bit about it already.
Oh, man. Like I said, I'm sorry if it sounds cliche, but perseverance is just like that will to keep going, no matter like how bad something could be, how many times you get knocked down, just keep getting up. Like I said, it's not, like I said, easier said than done.
Yeah.
It's so much easier said than done. Like you said, sometimes, hey, you may stay down for a bit, but it's just a matter of time before you get back up. Like I said, this perseverance thing, like I said, it's still, if I let certain things in my life, like, I could have, like, been homeless and, like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to, like, steal, or I'm not going to better myself. I'm going to just be just grimy. I could have just lived the grimy life.
Not even gone to school.
Yeah. It was right there. I could have just been, I'm just going to hang out at Mission Beach the whole day. That roller coaster looks fun. Why do I need to better myself? Or even the fact that it's like, I have, like I said, I don't like the term, but I have a mental illness. Like, sometimes, like, I still get, like I said, I still from time to time suffer from, like, suicidal thoughts and, like, deep depressive, like, episodes where, like, sometimes I don't come out of my room for, like, a few days. Like, but like I said, I always know there's, like, a light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you go through this type of stuff. Yeah. But I also know, like, dude, I've worked really hard. I've had so many people behind me. I tell this to anybody I always believe in, like, and I apply it to myself also. The only way you can ever fail me if you stop believing in yourself. So the only way I can ever fail me if I stop believing in myself. That's the only time I'm ever going to let myself down, the people who invested in me down. And I owe it to them to keep going up, getting up. I owe it to myself to keep getting better. And like I said, and I even attribute it to this now, like, my brother and my sister have kids. Now I'm the oldest. Yeah. I want to end that generational curse. Like, I want to show them, like, it's okay. Like, you can always ask for help. It's okay. You can keep getting up. It's okay. Like, things just don't work out sometimes. Yeah. Like you said, we all can probably agree to that. It's like, sometimes, shit, I didn't think I would actually still be DJing. I thought, I was like, damn, this is going to pass real quick. I'm still here. And it's like, I didn't think I would still be producing. Didn't think I would find people, like, once again, shout out to Callie and Dre. I don't know if they realize how important they are in my like, life, but I never thought I would find, like I said, and no disrespect to every other MC I've ever DJed for, didn't think I would find, like, a group of, like, two brothers that I love so much that I would, like, no, I'm their DJ. Like, like you said, just even DJing with them gives me a purpose. Yeah. Like a deeper bond. Yeah. So, like, it's crazy. Like, so but that's pretty much on that topic. What about you guys? Like, as far as, like, the perseverance, what does it mean to you guys?
Yeah, like, for me, the same thing, like, not giving up. Like, even if you, like, fail, like you said, like, you learn. I like what Noah said. I think he said is, like, there's no such thing as, like losing or whatever, or, like, losses, because you, like, learn something. Like, it's like you learn something, right?
That's my favorite thing, because wow, that's how I know. I always tell my friends, I never take an L. I take a lesson.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like the hardest stuff that you go through teaches you the most. Like,
exactly.
Like, even though it's hard going through it, But once you look back, you're like, that taught me something that probably if you hadn't gone through that, you would have never learned something.
I think you learn so much more from your like from things that don't go right, like because you learn more like. I'm prepared for this next time this happens. This will never happen to me again.
Very true.
Like I'm gonna get better.
Yeah, your mistakes like definitely like once you commit that mistake, like I'm never doing that shit again.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like the same way. Like for me, is that like I don't know if it's something like in our genes, but like for me, I've always been like that type of person. Like even if I failed at it, I still got back up and still kept going. Like me and Melly were just talking about like doing the podcast. Like we would never saw ourselves doing something like this.
Because I was like, we're both kind of more like the shy, like probably behind the scenes. I never thought I would be actually talking like, in front of like other people or in the camera. I don't like really being in the camera. I'm like, oh.
Yo, can I tell you? I hate I am an introvert at heart, which is hilarious because I'm a DJ. And I don't like being on camera. Yeah. Look, fun fact, I don't even like being in music videos that much because I think I'm so awkward on camera. And I'm just like, yo, this is kind of fun, but I'm still like very like I said, I was a nerd all of high school, so I'm just like, yo, even when I wanted to be I didn't even want to be a DJ. I wanted to be a chef. I always tell people this. But then when I was like, oh, maybe I want to get into the music industry, I'm like, I kind of want to do something behind the scenes. And I'm like, wait, I'm really good at DJing. I kind of like this. But I don't like playing the front at all. Like, I'm so, like, even on stage, I'm so glad people are in front of me. I think shout out to my boy Parker Edison. They did something at UCSD, and they were like, hey, we want you to talk on the mic. I'm like, yo, do you really? Like, I went up there, said a quick, 30 seconds that felt like probably 5 minutes. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm going back to the music.
Yeah, no, we get you.
Yeah, it's like a scary feeling just being like everyone watching you. You're just like, and no one's really even probably even caring what you're, or maybe they're thinking of their own things. It's kind of like when you give a speech and someone else, you're going up there. Yes. You're all nervous.
Look, fun story. So I just got off tour with Reverie, Dre Cat, Callie the Dreamer, and Sage One. We're in France, right? And I love hyping up the crowd. It was the only place I think we had a little language barrier. And so I normally start off the show, blah, blah, blah. What up, France? How the fuck you doing? And then that crowd was just dead silent. Okay. And for the first time in a long time, I'm just like, all these people are looking at me. And I don't know if they understood what I said. So now I feel awkward, and I'm like, I don't know what to do with my hands. But then as soon as we performed, they fucking loved it and made a bunch of noise and they were dancing. I'm like, oh, thank God.
So you use Google Translate.
Yeah. Which that probably would offend them more because I am from the Midwest and I pronounce words horribly. Even I want to learn how to do Tagalog. My best friend Earl, every time I say something in Tagalog, it's so bad it offends him. So I'm just like, my bad. But yeah.
Alrighty. So the next question would be, what is a fear of yours that you have overcome or haven't yet?
Oh man. Once again, it's funny. We literally just talked about it. Being a very, like I said, soft-spoken, shy person before this. Yeah. I was terrified. I did not like talking to people. I did not like making eye contact. Yeah. I didn't like networking, none of that. Yeah. And now I'm just even to the point, I still think I still get very shocked when they're people are man, you're such a cool dude. I'm like, really? What's wrong with you? Because truthfully, I'm just yo, dude, I still think of myself as this awkward child who is now be a 31-year-old grown man in September 25th, but I still feel I'm this awkward kid. So I guess it's one of those things. It's yo, that's all in my head. I can talk to people, I can network. One of my friends I was talking to the other day, he was like, you know why I love you, DeAndre? Because you can. Oh, DeAndre is my government name, by the way. He was like, you know why I love you? Because you seem to connect with anybody you talk to. You have the most human characteristic. He compared it to One Piece. He's there's this character named Monkey D. Luffy.
I just started watching that.
One of my favorite animes. And he just has the ability to become friends with anybody. And my friend is yo, he's like, you became friends with my 80-year-old grandpa because you talked about Frank Sinatra and being like Jewish, and like then you start talking about like your like poetry and things you like, and then he was like, then I see you go to like you tell me you're an introvert, you don't like talking to people at all. Then we're in the line for a movie, and you start talking about like a James Patterson book, and then you make friends with like 4 people in the line. I'm like, it's true. I'm like, I don't like talking to people that much, but I have so many interests. It's easy for me to like gauge the room and be like just a people's person, even though I want to say I'm the people's person, because I don't like crowds. I don't like any of that, but like because of what I do, I think it made me so much better. And like as fear. And then I'll even tell you another like a fear, like like I said, the introvert. And then like just even like how I grew up, I never stayed at the same school for more than a year. So getting connected and staying connected with people was a big fear of mine. Just like having friends, like I'm like, yo, this is weird. Like I'm not gonna see these people ever again. Now I've had like some of the like I've made a lot of new friends, but my best friends I've had for like 14 to 15 years. Never thought that would happen. Never, because I've moved so much. Having a connection, like even me and my family, we're not that like connected that well. Like so, like that's a big fear. I guess like intimacy issues. This is like So like I was afraid to open up, things like that. Now I have so many people where I can open up. I can tell people. Like I used to hate saying this, like I love you to people. Because I'm just like, that's weird. I still like when people say it to me, I'm just like, yo, bro, chill. Like now it's like something like I tell my friends before I get off the phone, I love them all the time. Like I said, and so like things like that. It's like, yo, I've come a long way where I'm like comfortable with people. I'm comfortable with having like relationships, and just like so I'm like it's a really good thing. Like now, like I'm like I said, it only took like 25 years before that happened. So all good, and I would like to say.
I can definitely relate. Like same thing with like being like closed off to people. For a long time, me too. I was the same way.
Like
because you're just scared, I think, of like getting hurt. Or you're just like super like I don't know, something like self-sabotage.
Look, I got abandonment issues. Like I said, I had abandonment issues. Now I don't care because, like I said, I have so many people in my life that love me and I love them that I'm not worried about that. But like I said, I was afraid to getting close to anybody, friendship, romantic-wise. Now it's just like, I got these people are still here. It's crazy. Like I love it.
And what is one life experience where you wanted to like give up but you kept going, and how did you persevere?
Oh man, that's definitely a good one. So I think it's definitely when I'm lucky enough to have like my friends always make fun of me. They're like, how do you have so many grandmothers? Because people have adopted me. Like into their family, like my best friends, like they've adopted me. My brother's father, he adopted me or whatever, and his mother was like a grandmother to me. But like when I lost my grandmother, my blood biological grandmother in Michigan, I was like, I think it was because I always used to look at like, and this is just me, for a long time I used to look at death as like, oh, everyone dies, unfortunately. It's just another cycle of life. I want to say that's right when I'm like, sounds weird to say, but that's right when I started when my grandmother passed, and I'm like, something wasn't right. Like, just that was the woman who like taught me how to one of the women who taught me how to survive when my mom was too busy working. I spent a lot of time with my grandmother. My grandmother was my rock. So when she passed, and I think that was the first time I ever had like, unfortunately, real suicidal thoughts, to the point where I needed to I had to go get help. That was one of the times where I was just like, my mom's not doing well. My grandmother, who like picked up all the slack that my mom like left, we don't have her anymore. What's the point? Like 100%. Like, what was the point? It's like, yo, who's gonna take care of us? Like, my family doesn't come from money. who's gonna help us? Like there's 5 of us. So now I really can't think about myself. And I got these 4 other kids that I got to make sure that are all right because my mom's not all right. What the fuck are we gonna do? And then, and once again, I guess that's what made me persevere. I had these 4 other people that I didn't have to be strong for myself. I had to be strong for them. Yeah. I had to make sure they were okay because, like I said, my mom could barely take care of herself. So I'm now responsible for these 4 other people, and I need to be mentally there for them, no matter how draining it is for me. I gotta make sure they're okay because they can't see me in a certain state, and they just also lost their grandmother. Yeah. And so, like I said, shout out to my siblings because they're truly important for that. But yeah, that's one of the times. Even like I lost like a really good friend of mine in like 2012. She passed away because of a drunk driver, and that was another time, like a dark period in my life. And once again, I'm just like, oh, and I think that's right when I started like getting a little more popular in the DJ scene. I'm doing BattleBot. I'm like DJing a lot more. I'm making more friends, and I just didn't want to be like around people at that time. And it was like one of those hardest times in like my life. And I'm just like, bruh, she believed in me so much. If I stop going, that's such an insult to her. And I and I always tell people, like, I do have, like I said, I still have, like, weird tendencies as far as, like, my mental health goes. But it's like, I live for myself, like, first and foremost. But I also live for those people who, like, invested in me. So, like, I always think like that. It's like, dude, there's so many people who, like, put time and energy into my future and into, like, what I'm doing. I can't give up and fail them. Like I said, but first and foremost, I can't fail myself.
Yes.
So yeah,
exactly. Totally agree. And what are some words of advice you could give someone if they are currently struggling or going through like a rough patch in their life?
Ooh. Yeah, that's a good one because, like I said, still happens with me. And I like I said, I've now become like a big believer in like the affirmations and things. Doing like the daily ones. Like I said, just like there's so much like I've learned about myself. Like even from like I said, I told you guys when I have my depressive episodes, I sometimes just lock myself in a room for a few days, and now I've had to fight those demons. It's like, you know what you need? Some sunlight. Go walk outside. Like I have dogs now. Shout out to my dogs because they are really my emotional support animals. Because I can't be depressed too long with them, but I do say, like, especially on the mental health tip, you need to find you a circle of people you can trust with talking to. Also, I am a big, like, believer of therapy. Therapy is one of those things that has helped me. Like I said, it may not be for you. Make sure you gauge what type of therapy you need. Make sure you find the right therapist. It is hard. But that I believe in talking to people, therapy, and first and foremost, remembering to love yourself. Like that shit is like, you like said, sometimes like, man, who was it? I think once again it was Noah James. He was giving out these cards, and I think it was said like put 5 on it, and you would list the 5 things that you love about yourself. Just remember those 5 things. Like always have a list of things. Like why do you love yourself? If you're struggling, why do you, especially with like suicidal thoughts, why do you why do you deserve to be here, but why do people want you here? Stay here. Talking. Like I said, after so many years of locking things up inside and bottling things up and never talking about it, you need to express yourself, find an outlet. Just do something for yourself like that, and it's harder than it sounds. So, like I said, like I now have a circle of people. If I'm feeling down, even once again, like I've talked to even the whole Hip Hop Wins fam. Even when I wasn't feeling, they were like, "Yo, if you ever need to take a time off, let us know." like for the longest time, I'm like, nah, I'm good. But sometimes you need to take a step back. It's okay.
Yeah.
Like it's okay. You're not like doing yourself a disservice by like taking some time to yourself and stepping back.
Yeah.
So just remember things like that.
Yeah, that's
Thank
really,
you
really
for
great
sharing.
advice.
Yeah.
And then kind of to touch on the topic of mental health for you, like you said, you struggle with like your depression and stuff like that. So for you, what is something that you do maybe on a daily basis or just for your mental health? Like what's one thing you would
You know what?
share?
For the last like 2 years, I now do like guided meditation. Like,
Same here.
yeah.
Yeah, that helps a lot.
Yeah, like so yeah, like and I use an
Yeah.
app and stuff, and
Mhm.
that helps. I just re-enrolled back into therapy. So like I said, for my mental health, like I said, and like I just have to, like I said, and thankfully I do have people. Once again, that I depend on, that like remind me. It's like, hey man, everything's gonna be okay. Because sometimes I still forget everything. I sometimes it's like, yo, have a bleak outlook on life sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, with my mental health is like it comes and goes. I have episodes. I have like times where I gotta take my just be alone. And sometimes that's okay too. But just remember, you need to still talk to people, check in, give yourself time to breathe. Like I said, even like I think, like I said, I love the time we're growing up in, or growing up that we're in, where people are more understanding and mental health is more in the forefront.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where like I know there's like people who are like, oh, what triggers you, and it's all super condescending about it.
Yeah.
But the fact that people like do ask like, hey, just in case you have an episode or like that you're not feeling good, what are some triggers and what can we do to help?
Yeah.
Like I said, it's like I think I was like probably like during the pandemic I had like a little like thing where I was at a party and I just walked off. Which is like I just walked off and I was like, they were like, yo, you were gone the whole party, what happened? I was like, oh, I just needed some time to myself. And they were like, oh, okay, cool. Yeah, but yeah, just remembered like, yeah, just breathe too. Breathing
Yeah.
exercises. Like especially like learning, like it's crazy to think that it's like, yeah, breathing exercises.
I think focusing on the present moment too. 'Cause
Exactly.
sometimes we try to go either to the future or
Yeah.
focus on the past.
Past and
Yes.
oh that and trust me, I've
It's
had
hard.
like PTSD from like things that's happened to my childhood. Then I start thinking about the future, but start thinking about the worst things
Yeah.
that could happen. Just
It's
focus on the
tough,
there
yeah.
and now,
Mhm.
and maybe smoke some weed. I don't know. So,
And what would you say is a goal that you're currently trying to achieve at this moment?
like I said, like, and this is just me becoming just a better human being. Fuck being a better DJ, a better musician.
Yeah.
How can I be a better me in general? So I'm always thinking about that. Like I said, I mentioned earlier, a lot lately is what I've been thinking about is, like I said, I have a goddaughter, a godson, I have nieces and nephews. I know I'm not going to be here for a long time. So one of my goals is like to show them, and not even just me, especially like other kids, especially like black kids, that it's okay to feel the things that you feel. Like my goal is like, that's why I love doing things like this. It's like, oh, like I said, when I tell my story and things like that, people's like, yeah, I didn't know that about you. I was like, yeah, I never really talk about it, but if you ask me questions, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'm not like, I used to be so ashamed of like what I was going through. Like it was like, now I just wear it as a badge of honor. Like, yo, I'm still here. Like it's crazy. So that's the thing, is just being like a purveyor of like just like everything that's going on. Like I said, I'm still learning about things. Like I said, I also grew up in a very like especially the foster home that we were in, we're like super religious and closed-minded. So my thing is, I mean, I'm always like learning about stuff, especially stuff I don't know about. Like I'm always trying to open my mind. So like if someone talks to me about something like I don't fully understand, like, and that's what I'm like. At the end of the day, my future goals is to continue to broaden my horizons. Like I said, there's so many things that divide us as humans right now, and that people don't want to learn anything, and it continues to divide us. I'm like let's take the pronoun situation when people like, I don't understand why that's a big thing, because I'm just like, once again, if there's a certain way you want to be addressed, let me know, and I'm gonna do the best of my ability to address you by that. Oh, you don't like when I do this, let me know. Or, hey, we shouldn't do this anymore. I'm okay with learning. And just becoming better. If it makes our world better, I'm cool with it. Whatever. So so like that, and that's just one thing. But yeah, that's how I'm like a goal, like continuously learning. Yeah. So
like, and then a little bit kind of I think you touched a little bit on this, but as far as like what's like a biggest, I guess you would say a biggest failure, like we say we don't call it failures, it's like a lesson, but what would you say is a failure and you learned something from that?
Ooh, man, I haven't thought about that in a bit. Like, and that's what I'm trying to think. Like, like I said, I guess I would take once again. Like I said, this is gonna be the episode where like a lot, like I said, not opening up to people, because for a long time I didn't open up to people, and then I just walked around people on eggshells, not letting the people know how I feel about certain situations. Like, if you don't let people know about certain situations, then they don't know how to act or respond to it. So for a long time, like, I can't think of a specific one, but I would just be in like a sour mood or just out of it or whatever, and people would not know what was going on, and they would still do like that thing to like aggravate me or something. And then in the truth, it was my own doing, because I didn't let my voice be heard. So that, like, just my biggest failure was not expressing myself. Now, like, if I have a problem with things, I let it be known. So like that's something, like a big thing I've learned about. It's just like, oh, I don't want to do that. It's okay to say no. Like, saying no right now, like, I still, that is, to be fair, that's one of my biggest problems, is I don't know how to say no. And that's one of the things I've worked on in the last year or so. I'm telling people, oh yeah, I don't want to do that. Nah. So there's like not knowing how to say no was
setting like the boundaries. Right?
Boundaries. That's that's the best way. Yes.
Yeah, it's hard sometimes. Like, especially like you want to, because sometimes you feel like if you're saying no, you feel like the person's gonna take it the wrong way. But sometimes it's just like no. You gotta draw the line somewhere.
Yeah, like you say, saying no is okay. That's what I'm like. Like, so, like I said, I think we all can benefit for learning how to say no. Because it's like, hey, do you want to go to this party where there's 100 people? No, not really. I mean, Netflix and Disney Plus is here. They just put Thor up. I think I'd rather watch that.
And then, what would you say that you can do today that you were not capable of doing like a year ago?
Yeah, like I said, I think every year I get better with like talking about, like I said, my mental health. Like, being able to, like I said, like last year, like I think last year was when I was interviewed by Kilsire, and like I touched on the mental health thing, but I never told people. It's like, I have a major depressive disorder. Like, I never told people that, because once again, it was like, I didn't want people to like, oh yeah, something's wrong with him. Like I said, that's why I even hated the word mental illness. And I was like, because like you said, even telling people, it's like, I still have suicidal thoughts from time to time. It's like really one of those things where it's like, I didn't want to talk about it, because like I thought people would perceive me a different way. But I'm okay with it now. I don't care. Like you said, I'm not the only one suffering from this. There's many people who suffer from this, but I'm still here, so I'm good. But just like I said, I've lost friends and things, so I don't want to see anybody else like lose friends because they refuse to talk about something. But like I said, I've gotten stronger. Like I said, and because of the circle of people I keep around me, I'm just getting better every day. Like you said, like I've been able to relate to people and talk to people about like certain situations who had the same thoughts, and they're like, "Oh, how do you get through it?" And I'm just like, I even reach out to people like, "Yo, you can talk to me." Like, if there's one person who will understand you, it's definitely gonna be me. Like you said, so that's something I'm like really cool with coming to terms with and being able to talk about it so openly now.
Yeah, and we appreciate you sharing your story because it does help others that may not feel as comfortable yet to say their story, but it's definitely like good that you're sharing your story.
Like you said, like I said, it's funny because like I literally was just talking to my friend. He was like, "Yo, well, when did you get so open about talking about stuff like this?" I was like, "Because when I was a kid, I wish there was somebody who looked like me who talked about stuff like this."
Yeah.
Like, and was like, yeah, like I said, there was, and truthfully, there probably were, but I probably wasn't somebody I was interested in. Like I said, not even saying I'm that interesting, but there's probably somebody who likes me. It's like, oh, roots, like I said. But and this is a random, like my biggest thing about like social media is people only show the good shit.
Yeah.
I'm really about being real.
Like transparent.
Yeah. Like, cause I'm, like I said, people are like, they're like, oh man, you Mr. International now. It's like, no, I'm still just DJ Root. I'm DeAndre at the end of the day. I'm still human. I still go through the motions. I'm a creative, and everybody knows creatives are some of the most emotional people on this planet.
It's true.
So like for me, like it's very important that I show people like, nah, fuck that. Not everything over here is like roses and sunshines. I still go through it too. And I want you to know it's going to be okay. Even if you don't, I always tell people this too. Even if you don't fuck with me, like if you don't like me, if you just hate DJ Root, I'm still, like I said, one of my friends always says, like, it's weird. I'm still rooting for you. No pun intended. I'm like, I want to see you do good. Yo, if you not liking me brightens up your day, I don't care. Like I said, I had to stop. I'm like, it's all good. Like, go on. Be successful. Be happy. Like, do you and whatever makes you happy. So that's pretty much it as far as that goes.
And obviously, like throughout the whole episode, we've just been talking about like perseverance, like how far you've gotten from where you started. What's one of your biggest accomplishments to date, you would say?
Ooh. Look, this is now, I'm just going to go career-wise. I got to go to another country with my brothers, Drake Cat and Cali the Dreamer. And I'm not going to even lie. That came at a time because earlier this year, I was not having a good time at all. I was like struggling, like just mentally, like just emotionally, all of that. And I almost like couldn't figure out if I was going to go on that tour. I lost a cousin around the time where we were like, yeah, we're about to start going on tour and things like that. And I'm just like, I couldn't even focus on the tour because I was just going looking for a new place, just not knowing where we're gonna like if we're gonna find a new place. We've been looking for a bit, just like my grandmother wasn't doing well, my aunt wasn't doing well, my aunt had a fire, my equipment got stolen, like it was bad, like the whole first part of the year. And I'm just like, man, which like even when my stuff got stolen, the community
I was gonna say that
had oh my god, they had my back so hard. You know what, I'm sorry, Drake Cat and Cali, it's not even the tour, it's that my community had my back so heavily to the point I was still questioning myself. It's like, should I even do this anymore, blah blah blah. I'm like, this ain't a good year already. Like it's kind of like, yeah, let's just throw this fucking year away, I don't care anymore. But the fact that my community had my back so heavily and got me back on my feet, and I was able to DJ, not even with, like I was back to DJing before I even had gigs again. Like, and I accredit that to me just being like me. Like there's, like I said, if you don't like me, sure, that's cool. But people know me in the community as somebody who was like, I want to see you make it. I want to see. There's so much space out here for us all to creatively eat without getting in the way. We have so much unity. It's so great. But the biggest accomplishment was seeing how much the community held me down.
Yeah, that shit was dope to see that.
It was really dope. Like it was. Like I said, I cried, but I didn't cry then. But like I said, I was like, because even when that happened, I kind of forgot about this. I texted my roommate Earl. I'm like, yeah, man, and he was going through it also. Somebody broke into his car the night before.
Oh, shit.
And I texted him. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take this gig so I can get your window repaired. I didn't even have a gig that day, the day I got robbed. I took a last minute gig so I can make money to repair his window. And I texted him. I'm like, hey, man, I know. I was like, don't tell nobody. This is literally what I texted him. Well, I got robbed at gunpoint tonight. He was like, wait, what? And I'm like, yeah, let's not talk about it. And he's like, I'm about to start a GoFundMe. I was like, don't fucking do that. Once again, because I still suffer from pride and things like that. So, once again, Callie and Dre, I texted them, and they were like, and I was like, yeah, I was embarrassed because I didn't want people to know that happened to me. Mm-hmm. Like, because I was like, as a man, I'm just like, damn, I got caught slipping. But like, they put it all in perspective for me. Earl was the one who started the GoFundMe. Shout out to him. And within like 2 days, like it was crazy. Like I've never seen, like I didn't know the community would have my back so hard. So that's my biggest accomplishment. That I've done so much good, and people like are there for me.
Yeah, like out there for you.
Yes, and so the time I needed them, everyone came through. Like that shit was beautiful. Like you said. Then the second one, Callie and Dre, is going on tour with them and rocking a bunch of stages. So yeah.
And then when would you say that your love for DJing and producing began?
A fun story. I think I may have told this like once before. So I grew up in Detroit in the 90s at that. I was walking home from elementary one day. I want to say I was in 5th grade. Yeah. There was this kid I had beef with. We got into a fight by Detroit street rules in the 90s. Whatever his was now mine. So I won. I beat him in the fight. And I took his Walkman. For the younger kids out there, a Walkman was a CD player. A CD player is something you put a disc with music on. So yeah, he had a CD player and he had a Run DMC like CD in there. And I turned that on, and that was like my first experience of hip hop. And I was like, yo, this is fucking great. I loved it. I loved what Jam Master Jay was doing to everything. Fast forward a few years. I think I'm 17. It's December 2011, which my 10-year anniversary of when I started to learn how to DJ is coming up. My mentor is DJing at the House of Blues for him and his group, Deep Rooted. That's where part of my name comes from. They're doing a show, and they're like opening up for Talib Kweli, for Sean, and Jean Grey. Yep. And I'm selling merch, and I see DJ Artistic up there just DJing, spinning, controlling the crowd, having people dance. And I look, and I'm like, yo, that's what I want to do. I just love, because one of the things about music is like, yo, you hear music and it kind of makes you forget about everything. Yeah. And like you said, we didn't talk about a lot about the hip hop like aspect of my life, but one of the most constant things, other than the people who supported me, has always been the music, the culture, hip hop. It's been the one constant. Always. When I was homeless, I can remember when one of my best friends passed away. When my friend bought me my first like record, which was the Atmosphere. When it was both Atmosphere members and their DJ. My brain is not working today. No. So like I said, I remember every moment in hip hop that was like there in a crucial part of my life. But that's when like I said, especially like the message of hip hop, especially it's a music that came from like black and brown kids who had nothing. I can relate to those kids more than I can relate to like anybody else. Like they made something from nothing, and just them having fun. Hip hop was like street reporting. It was you having fun. It's just such a lively music. And I can't imagine loving the music as much as I love this music, and not even this music, this culture, because it's not it's bigger than the music. It's like this is a lifestyle. This is like I said, the fact that we were in France, and this dude was like, "Yo, you like Griselda?" It was like, "Yeah, I like Griselda." When we went to fucking like, oh my God, what was it, Brussels? and we're talking about like our favorite rappers, and my man name was Coon, and he loved Big L, and we're like reciting the lyrics to the Big L freestyle where he's like, I'm kind of tired, and we just are rapping together. Like, I broke more bread over hip hop than I've broken over like actual meetings. So like it's such a powerful force in my life.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And a little bit on a different topic, if your life was a movie or a book, what would be the title of it?
Man. Damn, I never thought about that. Yeah, they said, look, you guys got me stumbled. I'm gonna have to, and look.
Unless you want to come back to that one.
No, look, I'm gonna come get that right now. I'm like, look, it's just gonna be back to the roots. No, I have a better one. There's beauty in grime, because my life has not been perfect. There's no sunshines. There's no like clouds. It's been a lot of bumpy roads, but it's still been beautiful. Like I said, it's been dirty, grimy, but I'm still here. Yeah.
That's dope. And kind of to end it out here, because we actually been speaking with for an hour, so that's pretty dope.
Oh, wow.
Dope conversation here. To kind of wrap it up, I just started asking this question, like, when you hear the Heartful Truth, what does that phrase like mean to you, or what do you think of when you hear that?
Oh man, I love it because I actually love the name. It's like the Heartful Truth. It's like you said, it's the truth that like literally, like I said, it's maybe basically that comes from the heart, the purest form of the truth. Because I always tell people, you know what my favorite type of criticism is constructive. Because you never tell anybody constructive criticism to hurt them.
That's true.
You tell them to help them. So like, if you know me, if I'm ever fucking up or doing something, and you're telling me so I could better myself, that's the purest form of like telling the truth. Like,
I agree.
Yeah. So that's what and when I heard it, like I know you guys have had Noah and everything on, so like and that's what I think of it. It's a great name, and it's
I appreciate it.
Right on the nose. So.
Thank you.
And we thank you for your time, for like being open and vulnerable. And every time like I hear your name, I just think like I picture you like with a big smile. Like, it's like I always like the positive vibe, kind of like you are kind of Noah James too.
Yeah.
I feel like both of you guys are up there when I think about like positivity and like just like feel good vibes when I'm around you guys, like that energy.
Wow.
But we want to thank you. Like, keep going, keep persevering. I know it's tough sometimes because I struggle with anxiety, not depression, but it's almost a little bit sometimes similar at times.
Yeah, they're hand to hand.
Yeah. So thank you again, and Melly, I'll let you close it off.
Yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story, being vulnerable, and definitely, just like my sister said, definitely you're doing a great job on persevering.
Thank you guys for having me. It was wonderful.
Thank you guys, and thank you everybody for tuning in today. If you like this episode, go ahead and follow DJ Root. We went ahead and shared his info. We'll put it in the link in the bio as well and on the description. And go ahead and subscribe. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Thank you.